Millions of Australians are preparing for a late night as they gather at events large and small across the nation to ring in the new year with fun, food and fireworks. Authorities are calling for people to plan ahead with roads closed and crowded trains, trams and buses, with revellers being reminded to stay hydrated, with some parts of the country expecting it to remain warm right through to midnight.
Australia, of course, is among the first places to welcome 2025, and the eyes of the world will be on Sydney Harbour, where more than 1 million people are expected to gather, and from where our reporter Myles Houlbrook-Walk joins us now. Myles, the view behind you is amazing. It's going to get even better tonight. What's in store there today?
It's not just the best in the state, it's not just the best in the country. I think it's the best view in the world, Steph. And where else would you want to see literally 9 tonnes of fireworks? Talking about thousands and thousands of pyrotechnic paradise effects just launch right on into the air, all starting at 9 p.m. here in Sydney Harbour, where more than 1 million people are expected to congregate along the foreshore. There's also a range of fireworks shows right across Sydney: Parramatta, Liverpool, Manly, Coogee as well on the east. So it's going to be quite spectacular right across at 9 p.m. For those willing to brave the crowds and hang on through to midnight, the main show will kick off and be broadcast live on the ABC. Of course, if fireworks aren't your main game, that's quite all right too, because we've got plenty of music on offer, and we're going to be hearing from a couple of the artists as well as some of the other special guests that will be a part of the New Year's Eve show tonight into New Year's. There's really nowhere else you'd rather be for 2025. My personal excitement is for Robbie Williams kicking off at 11:45 p.m. It'll be time to move my body, I reckon, at that point. And look, I don't want you getting too jealous down there in Melbourne. I know you've got a big light show on, and to all that I can say is hold me back. I think I know where I'd rather be for New Year's Eve celebrations, Steph.
Myles, you're choosing the last day of the year to pick a bit of a fight. That's fine with us. If you at home would like to join tonight's celebrations, you can catch family and midnight shows across the country. Sydney's first show will be at 9 p.m. Melbourne's Skyline will light up at 9:30 p.m, while Brisbane's Parklands will host displays from 7:45 local time. And in Adelaide, 25,000 people are expected at Elder Park for family fireworks at 9 p.m.
Perth's Swan River will be the centre of celebrations there from 8:30 p.m, while in Canberra, the party starts at 9 p.m. on Lake Burley Griffin. 10,000 people are expected to head to Darwin's waterfront from 9 p.m, and Hobart will welcome 2025 with 2 fireworks displays on the River Derwent at 9:30 p.m. and at midnight. Well, let's take a look at what else is making news this morning. A major police operation is currently underway at Varroville in Sydney's southwest. New South Wales Police have confirmed there's a large police presence in the area of St Andrews Road. No further details are available at this time, and members of the public are urged to avoid the area.
A person trapped in a car in floodwaters near Kingaroy in Queensland has been rescued by emergency services in a 2-hour operation. Intense rain inundated parts of the state, causing widespread flash flooding, with more than 120 millimetres of rain falling in South Burnett. The stormy weather is expected to continue today.
A memorial ceremony will be held today for the 2 sailors who lost their lives in this year's Sydney to Hobart yacht race. Wreaths will be laid in tribute for Nick Smith and Roy Corden, who died in separate incidents. They're the first deaths during the race since 1998, when 6 sailors died and 55 had to be rescued.
New South Wales Police have made a breakthrough in their investigation of a fatal shooting in Sydney's west in broad daylight on Sunday. Police say the fatal shooting of 31-year-old David Koo while in a car outside his home in the suburb of Canley Heights is linked to his alleged connection to organised crime and illicit drug activity. A 33-year-old man who allegedly drove one of the getaway cars has been arrested and charged with accessory after the fact to murder.
A palliative care expert is calling for an end to the use of shackles on prisoners receiving end-of-life care. Prisoners who are taken to hospital for palliative treatment can currently be cuffed to the bed, with the coroner investigating a case in Darwin where a man was shackled during treatment for terminal cancer.
For people who are dying, so maybe can't roll over in bed by themselves, maybe need assistance for everything, the process of shackling is a bit disproportionate to the risk that they pose to the community.
Aussie bosses who deliberately underpay their workers could go to jail for 10 years or be fined $1.65 million from tomorrow. The new laws and penalties follow years of underpayment scandals in Australia, with cases at prominent employers like Woolworths, Qantas and NAB. Until now, the federal body that investigates wage theft has only been able to go after dodgy employers using civil laws.
Let's take a quick look at global markets now. The Dow Jones has slumped today. Our futures are pointing down. The Australian dollar has gained, well, not much ground at all. It's now buying 62.19 US cents. Brent crude is on the way up. Gold, though, has dropped.
The Prime Minister and opposition leader have released messages for the new year, reflecting on the past 12 months and looking towards the next year.
I hope you've had a chance to relax and celebrate with loved ones and friends. For those who have worked through the break, from our Australian Defence Force to emergency service and health workers, to people in hospitality and retail, thank you.
Opposition leader Peter Dutton used his address to mention the upcoming election.
2025, of course, is a federal election year, and Australians will again exercise the greatest gift democracy affords,